I'm seriously asking every colleague in the Senate to put their name on this, Republicans and Democrats both, and making the pitch, and I sincerely believe this, that Citizens United erodes public confidence in institutions of government, and that's to nobody's benefit. That is not a Republican argument. That's not a Democratic argument. We as a nation need to have public respect for public institutions. And the decision in Citizens United to withdraw from Congress and the states the really effective ability to regulate the money in government doesn't help. So, with a strong heart, I want to make that argument to everybody. And I'm not going to be dropping this bill for a couple of days until I've had the opportunity to speak to every single one of my colleagues about it. It's my hope not to come out with 49 signatures. That will not happen. But to come out with 20 signatures maybe, roughly evenly divided. I'm not going to predict that they will be evenly divided, but roughly. And to have as many members of both parties as I can possibly recruit for this. Anyway, enough said. I think what we need to do is, when this is filed, and it probably will come before the Judiciary Committee, is for the troops to rally, and I don't mean just the Seattle troops, I mean troops statewide. Folks in Ferry County have a new member of the Senate, Senator Smith. They need to get a hold of him. You need to get them to get a hold of him, put it that way. The job is not their job, it's your job to make sure that these phone calls, emails, hotmails, we have a hotmail line, are all coordinated. They don't have to say the same thing verbatim. In fact, they shouldn't. But they have to say the same thing in essence, that getting the money out of politics is good for state government, it's good for the people. It's not an ideological campaign, and it's absolutely necessary. So I ultimately will be asking you guys, I mean, you can look to me and Senator Cole-Wells for assistance in navigating the process in Olympia, but we have to look to you for help in running the outside game. For every serious controversial bill that's ever been passed, whether it's family leave here in Olympia, or whether it's marriage equality, or whether it's, I mean, you name it, environmental bills, reproductive rights, anything. There has been an organization that has been central to that campaign. Politicians get the glory for it. We love that. But the work is done by those organizations. There is no campaign that can be effectively run by political folks. We are not the ones to do that. You've heard the phrase, if the people will lead, the leaders will follow. That's intended to be derogatory. I think it's true. I think it's the way America is. Any democracy is. We answer to the people. If we believe the people are against this issue, you can't expect us reasonably to vote for it. We're not going to lose our jobs over this unless you show us that the people in our districts are in favor of it by getting them to write those emails and letters and phone calls. Then why should we vote with you? Now, given my district, that's not an issue. Given Senator Cole-Wells' district, that's not an issue either there. 4 or 5 districts in Seattle, you could say that, maybe 1 or 2 elsewhere. The rest of them, those members are not so damn sure. And they will not be sure until they hear from their constituents. Nothing rings a legislator's bells more than a contact or an email or phone call that starts, Senator, whomever, I live in your district. I vote for you. And this is an issue I want you to pay attention to. I want your vote for this. To say from somewhere else, I get letters and emails from all over, I'll listen, sure, I'll count them, yeah, okay. I'll pay some attention to them if I have time. But an email that has an address in my district, I'm reading it. That I pay attention to. So I really, really, really need your help in generating these contacts. And I recognize that there are several different organizations here that you've had ideological differences perhaps in the past about the phrasing of this. Perfectly happy to resolve that at some point when we're more in private. But coming together now and getting a job done should not be a matter of ideological division about the phrasing of this, okay? This is showtime.